right. Make sure automatically. Yeah, you guys are unmuted. Good stuff. Hello, everybody.
What month is
Welcome.
it?
What?
What
What
month
month
is
is
it?
it? Yeah, right. We are
Aren't we
alive.
just going in September?
Did we? Was our last? I didn't look. I meant to look.
Or
when
was
our
it
last-
before that?
I think we did like the last Horror Nights one, and then we just, went to Horror Nights.
Yeah.
We did our Halloween Horror Nights reaction stream, and then I think that was it. So we were like, it's Horror Nights. We're exhausted. We're gonna go into hibernation. See y'all later. So,
We'll see
but
you
yeah,
in 4 months.
yeah, we'll see, guys. We didn't even 4 months. But yeah, we're alive. We're back. So apologies. But everybody needs a break every now and then. Just a 4-month break, I guess.
We
Let me
kind of
bring
do it every year, though.
go into a little hibernation.
Yeah.
It's just, all of this is a lot. And as a lot of it's a lot to not only do this live stream, but ThrillGeek in general is a lot on me. I have Emily and Barry and Janine and everybody helping out with. And sometimes, it just gets to the point where I just, I need a brain break from certain things. And
They have us do that in the puppy classes. They make them give them brain breaks. So,
yeah, we all need brain breaks. So, but no, we are back and hopefully sticking to our regularly scheduled weekly streams here. And I posted some hints on, not really hints, but kind of a suggestion box, if you will, for live streams. We want these live streams to be more conversational. So we're going to be looking for different topics to talk about. So it isn't just us monotonously every week just talking about theme park news, which we will still do. It's ThrillGeek. We're here for the theme park news and discussing.
So let's see. First on the list is, what is your favorite Walt Disney World bathroom?
Favorite Walt Disney World bathroom? World Showplace. The everlasting bathrooms of doom. I absolutely love those bathrooms. They're fantastic. Did we lose Emily again? She freeze up?
No.
No, you're there?
Why is this happening to me?
I don't know. You're.
Wait, do I
there
get
you
to pick my bathroom now?
Doing the green screen thing has broken you.
Oh, that's okay. A lot of things
I think
broken
if you don't move, it just sort of freezes.
Hey, Alex, how's it going? Alex says, y'all doing great. That's an awesome background decoration. I'm guessing talking about you, Emily, and your retro Islands of Adventure.
Thanks. I came to class.
Probably that haunted house you have behind you there, Clint.
No,
my
it's
lovely
definitely
Lego
IOA.
set. Yeah. I can light up. I forgot to light it up. Hold on. If it has batteries. There it goes.
Hey.
That was a pain in the ass to install the lighting kit for it. My fingers were like bleeding afterwards because you have to run the wires between certain bricks and you have to take apart certain Legos. It was not easy, but it was well worth it because you open it up and it lights up on the inside and the little lanterns down here. It's cool. Anyways, so yeah. Who is Boy Gamer? Is that your girlfriend? Who are you talking about?
Who knows?
I have no idea. So anyways, yeah. So what did we miss the 4 months we were gone? Well, obviously Halloween Horror Nights wrapped up, and I don't want to spend too much time talking.
I'm sorry. Are we not going to discuss the most important thing that happened?
What? I was going linear.
Linear.
Yeah, I was progressing to your wedding, but yes.
I mean, if we're talking most important, yes, you and James getting married. That would be the most important thing.
So Emily and James got married. She shared some. You did share a few pictures on your Twitter, right?
I mean, I'm like
a few. I know you've been kind of
because y'all gotta wait.
Yeah,
it's a fun little waiting game. You don't get everything all at once.
Yeah, and I didn't. I was kind of. I took a few pictures, but I didn't. I feel when I'm at somebody's wedding, I try to be there in the moment and not use my phone a whole lot, and especially obviously during the service, but even afterwards, I try not to be on my phone a whole lot. So I didn't take too many pictures, but it was a very cute wedding. I enjoyed it. And
Thanks.
so yeah, congratulations to you and James.
Thank you.
How is the married life treating you? Is it any different being married to
No.
James now that you're married?
Literally just like went home that night, literally took off all my makeup, and then we still had like leftover food, and I was just like, I just want chicken piccata. And I just ate my way in chicken piccata. And then I went back to doing everything I normally do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's kind of the way it was.
When everybody obsesses over weddings, and I'm just like, if you got a good relationship, you just go back to doing exactly what you're supposed to.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty much.
When Cheryl and I got married, we didn't do the direct to honeymoon thing.
I don't got money for that.
Yeah, that was kind of the reason why we didn't do it. We went on a Disney cruise like a year and a half, or I don't know how later it was when we went on our honeymoon cruise with Jordan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we got married and we just went back to our normal lives. It was nothing crazy. So
I mean, Sin and I got married in the morning, and then we went on a 3-day cruise, aka our 3-day reception. And
yeah, I forgot you guys
did
the cruise thing.
A couple months later, we went on the honeymoon. So
yeah,
to Japan. There, I got it in.
Japan. But yeah, going back, obviously Halloween Horror Nights wrapped up last year. It was a good year. I think we mostly all agreed that one of the best houses last year was probably Brain Fart. I just had it in my head.
Yeah, Brain Fart was definitely
Brain Fart. Brain Fart the house.
Well, I mean, I think we all varied.
The Darkest Deal.
The Darkest Deal.
In consensus, I think Darkest Deal was probably. I didn't get House of the Year, and Vamp got Scare Zone from what I remember.
Yeah, but Yeti got House of the Year.
Yeti got House of the Year.
That was cool because we were literally in line for that when they found out.
Weren't you there with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we were there, and there was like a big party.
And James.
Yeah. Yep, that's right. There was like this big celebration. And
well, you just heard like a bunch of grown men screaming in the back, and you're just like, "What's happening?"
Yeah, it was pretty interesting watching a bunch of Yetis jumping around, dancing, celebrating.
Oh yeah, because you went through the house. It was not serious.
Yeah, because I remember that was one of the best run-throughs we had on Yeti because you could their adrenaline was absolutely 110%, and we got destroyed.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I loved Yeti, Darkest Deal, and of course, Blood Moon. If I had to pick a favorite, Blood Moon was not
Blood
because
Moon
it was
like a fave because it was so pretty.
Yeah, not because it was the scariest house. It was because they built a town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could see down alleys, and it was just became fun going through. Where everyone would basically repeat the lines back to the cast members, and
they killed Mommy and Daddy.
Blood, yeah, I remember I remember going through Blood Moon so many times and just being in awe of the set design and being, there's so many haunted houses where you go through them, and you can look left and you can look right, but then the areas, the further you got into Blood Moon, it's almost like you got further and further into the town, and you could look down alleyways, and you could look up and see
the scare actor started playing with the alleyways too, and I was like, very good.
Yeah,
you understood this assignment.
Yeah. It was such a well-designed house from a structure perspective of just all the hallways and alleyways you could look down. But yeah, no, it was a good year. I think it flipped, and I mentioned this a couple times. I think the houses were really, really solid last year, but the scare zones I was kind of on the fence about. There wasn't a scare zone that I completely lost my mind over last year. I just
same. I mean, Vamp was fun, but that was just because the sheer amount of scare actors that were in it, and then
they were everywhere.
Having a playlist of music that I'm still sort of amazed that they had some of the songs they had in that playlist.
Oh, like some of the songs they actually got the rights to and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was pretty long, and the loop was very long, much longer than Vamp 85's loop was.
Yeah.
I just think we all
But,
kind of wish they did something with that stage, but
Yeah, that's been my only thing. This year there wasn't really much in a lot of story elements, I feel like this year. You know, and that definitely, you know, seems to be lacking. You know, losing Simpsons once again is, you know, nothing being allowed in Simpsons sort of is a as far as
the
that.
chainsaws and everything.
Yeah, so it's you know, it was still fun walking through. You know, the food this year I felt like was better than last year's. You know, still I didn't, you know, after the first few weeks I really didn't eat much. I didn't really eat much of it because it's all overpriced.
Yeah.
So
I found myself getting like just the same things over and over again. I'm like, if I'm gonna pay for it, I might as well get something I know that's good.
Well, that, and for me, it was like with Minions Cafe open, it was just like I'd rather just grab something from there.
Yeah.
that than pay for some ridiculous. I can't believe how many people bought that crappy French bread pizza. So,
oh, the Stranger Things one.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I guess that was the thing too. It's like looking. There was definitely, I felt like, and I know Emily went to Hollywood. There was a few things I felt like Hollywood got drink wise and food wise that was like way better. Than the stuff
I want to talk about the upside down milkshake so badly.
Well, I mean, in the fact that they got
I would have got one of those every single night in Orlando if that was an option.
The fact that their Stellar Bar was actually a bar.
Yep.
You know,
and then there was like a little barbecue place like themed to Chucky too, which was really cute.
Yeah. Instead of I wish, you know, if they're gonna charge what they charge, they maybe come up with some like a themed area for some of the stuff instead of
I'll have to see if I can like find the pictures on my phone and send them to you guys. But like the Chucky one was super cute because they had like dolls and like little toy parts and everything like strewn around the restaurant.
Yeah, I feel like if they there's definitely some locations where they can do that. I mean, albeit we got the better out of it with the Peacock Bar with David S. Pumpkins. I mean, he dude was
theirs was weird. It was like on the way to Waterworld. It was just like tucked in a corner.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely got the better of that, and that guy was like an MVP. Never, we were in there multiple times throughout the event. Dude never cracked once.
Never
at all. Never. I mean, even you remember that night we were in London and he was just standing there by himself.
When I yelled, David Pumpkins, and he was like, how's it hanging? Like so loud. Oh my God. I was so glad I was filming that. It was so funny. Oh God.
And then the Megans, the random Megans. I mean,
babies.
You know, they I understood why they did what they did, and in the end it was smart. And you know, if you figured it out, if you were frequent fear, you eventually figured out how to catch them.
Yeah. So. No, I wish they would do. I mean, I know the scare zones kind of provide some of that, but I kind of liked the random, you know, street performances like the Megans and you know, those kinds of things. So I'm wondering if we'll see more of that. If the Megans were kind of a test last year, I want to say this year.
I mean, I think definitely the biggest issue this year, and I know we've talked probably about this ad nauseum amongst ourselves, is just only having one show.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I mean, you're the biggest Halloween event in the world, theme park event in the world, and you have one show.
Yeah.
Whereas,
I was actually just thinking about it. Technically, Hollywood even had two.
And yeah, Hollywood had two, and then I mean, Not Scary Farm has like 4 shows.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, albeit we'll probably get the Lagoon show back next year, but they really need another show.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they could come up with something with Bourne, or I don't understand why they can't use the Blue Man Theater for a show. It's like, is it really that hard to throw the Grinch show up every year? It's like you telling me you can't run a show in Blue Man.
Do they just keep the Grinch set up then?
Who knows
now?
I'm assuming they take it down, but it's just like, I don't understand why you can't use that theater for a show.
Yeah.
So it's something's got to be done about entertainment wise, because you just need more stuff for people to go to, especially in that busiest part of the night. It was very evident this year of not having it. The Lagoon show really screwed things up.
Yeah, they're hard at work.
Capacity wise.
They're hard at work getting the new foundation for the new nighttime show in. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be up and running by HHN this year.
Yeah, I imagine that they're shooting late spring, early summer for that, and then possibly allegedly for the parade we may be getting, and
question mark.
Yeah.
And the new nighttime show. People have always been wondering when we're finally going to get a drone show here in Orlando. Well, you might be getting your wish.
Yeah.
If all things from everything certain people have told me.
Speaking of drone shows, did you see that Main Street electrical pageant show that they debuted at Paris?
Yes.
Oh my God, that show!
I like watching things that make me angry.
I showed it to Cheryl the other night. It was on TikTok, and I showed her the part where Elliot comes out from behind the castle, and it was pretty amazing. I was shocked at how.
No, I mean, and you have drones in that show that actually have flares, fireworks coming out from them.
I saw
smoke
that
coming out from them.
Yeah. Speaking of Elliot, the smoke was coming out of his his nose, and I was like, are they putting like smoke machines on these drones? And I was like, this is insane.
They're just putting magic on them.
Yeah, sprinkling Disney magic all over them.
No, and it's a great example. I mean, here at the Magic Kingdom, if they could do a show like that, plus do Happily Ever After, I think that could definitely make up for like not having a nighttime parade.
Yeah.
And also it would help with Magic Kingdom's biggest issue they seem to have now is everybody wants to leave after the fireworks.
Yep.
You have no entertainment. I mean, you put virtually now, since they moved the Adventure Cavalcade to the morning.
Yeah, it's in the
morning. You have no
now.
entertainment in that park after 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
which is just nuts. For the allegedly busiest park in the world, you have a fireworks show, and that's it at night. And then they wonder why everybody's hightailing it out of there after the fireworks. And it's just like if you had that show to keep people, to stay a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would help. I mean, albeit we have heard, rumors of the Main Street Electrical Parade coming back here this summer. But it's, we've gone on ad nauseum about why doesn't the U.S. park, why doesn't Magic Kingdom have a new nighttime parade? Because it's clearly been
money.
I know that everything comes to, anytime anybody says anything online about, oh, it'd be great if they blah 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 blah, and my answer always is that requires them to spend money, and Jeff Vail and Josh D'Amaro clearly don't want to do that. So.
Well, I've always wondered too if crowd control has something to do with it too.
I mean, sure, but you already have so many people just standing there anyways. So
Disneyland, which has way tighter space, somehow manages to do a parade, fireworks, and Fantasmic all in the span of 3 hours.
Yeah.
Almost every day of the almost every day of the year. Yeah, I don't buy it. The crowd control thing is such a bogus. They managed to run, an electrical parade, Wishes, and an electrical parade for 20 something years.
Yeah.
More than that. Wishes and and Wishes was a hub centric show too. I mean, people talk about Happily Ever After being hub, Wishes was a hub centric show too.
Mm-hmm.
They've always, even Fantasy in the Sky, it's always been a hub centric show at Magic Kingdom. It's not like Disneyland where you can sort of watch the fireworks from Small World Plaza or in New Orleans Square and still sort of get the gist of the show. So it comes down to them whether or not they'll spend money. And I hate to say it, except for Tiana, there is nothing on the plate.
Nope.
Right
Yeah,
now.
I was one of the things that I was thinking about we could talk about tonight, but maybe we can do it for maybe like the next stream, is what's new for 2024 at theme park, since we're kind of getting caught up with up until what happened up until now on this stream. And I was kind of just in my head going over what's new at Disneyland, Disney World, and then I went to Universal, and then I went to SeaWorld, and I kind of thought about Six Flags and Disney World. I was like,
Nothing.
okay, we got Tiana's, and we got Luminous already, which was
1 out of 2, baby.
Yeah. Everywhere else, I mean, even I know we talk about like Universal, it's like there's still, obviously Epic is next year, but it's like there's still DreamWorks Land coming this year. And like I said, we're getting a new nighttime show, and more than likely, based on what other people have said, we're getting a new parade. I mean, I think things. I mean, did we all go to SeaWorld Christmas this year?
Mm-hmm.
I went once, but we kind of went earlier in the day, so really the only thing we got to do was like the Elmo Christmas show, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if we're going to move on from Halloween, it's like Christmas in celebrations in Orlando. I think the biggest thing that I came out from this season is just how tired it all is.
Yeah, it's everything's stale. There's nothing,
Yeah,
SeaWorld still has one of the best Christmas celebrations in Orlando.
But
even theirs is, there's nothing new.
They had the new Mrs. Claus Kitchen show, which I did get to see. And it was a cute little show. And it's it only had three cast to whatever performers in it, so it was an inexpensive show. Running the same theater as Elmo's Wish is.
I don't think we watched that when we were there with the kids.
No, I mean it's something. It was it felt like it was meant to add some extra capacity because we got to go to SeaWorld Christmas 3 times, and I will say 2 times we were hosted. One was media night and one was another night, and then some friends of ours gave us tickets, and we went Christmas week. When it was really slammed. and I mean, we had a great time, but as everyone knows, I'm sure you guys agree, SeaWorld's biggest issue is just operations.
Yeah. When I was there, when we went there with the family, the one thing that I don't understand is they run these deals on these hot chocolate cups. Mm-hmm. And the unlimited refill hot chocolate cup things, and everywhere I didn't have one, but I was just observing, and every time I saw like one of the hot chocolate refill stations, the line was like 6 miles long, and I'm like, SeaWorld, oh yeah, I love you, I do, but yeah, something's got to be done about these hot chocolate lines, because every one I saw, the line was insane. And I was just like, that was one thing that I saw.
No, when it was obviously when we went Christmas week, it was the worst. Yeah, I mean all the booths, the lines were insane. Because they're just slow as very
also,
slow.
I think they're very understaffed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're very understaffed, and this is, I think, we've talked about this before. After Penguin Trek, they need to take a year off of building new attractions and concentrate on fixing the problems that park has, because you can only throw in so many attractions. And we've heard this from all the SeaWorld parks throughout the country, is operations have all gone downhill. And, Orlando, the parking lot, that thing has been an issue for years.
When we got,
I'm sorry, not parking across the street isn't an issue.
getting out of it, parking in it. It just
When we went there with the kids one day for Christmas, um, I did the whole thing at the parking toll. Showed my pass, scanned it. The guy was like, "Okay, go ahead," and there were no parking attendants. And this was
No,
at
there's
like
never parking attendants.
this was at like this wasn't late in the evening. If it was like 5, 6 o'clock, I get it. But number one, this was Christmas season, and the park was busy. But this was like maybe we got there at like maybe like 1:30 ish. I would say it was like 1:30, 2 o'clock, and it was just mass chaos in the parking lot. Like people were driving all the way down to Preferred that didn't pay the extra, and it was madness. In the parking
no, I
lot.
mean it's when we went to Christmas week, the worst part wasn't getting to the booth. Well, the reason the booths were backed up is because to get to the parking lot part, they reduce everybody down to one lane.
One lane, yep.
Yeah.
And also you have to stop all the time whenever a car is exiting.
Yeah.
So it's like they need to fix that problem. They need to pay their employees better, get better employees. It's never been since the same since they had all those layoffs and got rid of, almost their entire full-time staff.
Yeah.
It's just, I understand you got seasonal employees to run the booths and stuff. That is what it is. But all the locations, it's just, it's hate to say it, they are the bottom of the barrel when it comes to who they get as far as workers. When it comes, Disney and Universal both pay better than they do. It's just that's their biggest issue is they need to fix. And I feel like they've done some things like adding that new pizza place. They've definitely done some things in the park, and then of course the biggest thing, I mean, the 5% serve charge.
Yeah.
And also apparently the jacking of prices on merchandise, like stuff not having any, I know Disney is bad about this too, not having any price on it. Or having a price and then you go to the register and they charge you a higher price.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
There's been plenty of times I put stuff back. This nickel and diming thing they've been doing, and the fact that their food prices are higher than Disney and Universal.
Yeah, I was shocked at some of their food prices. What's the?
Oh no, my mom and I went when we went for the Christmas thing. We went to the smokehouse. We both got a thing of rotisserie chicken. We split like a little thing of chocolate cake, and I got one drink for us to split. I think it was close to like $48.
Yeah.
For two people. And I was like, insane. Are you kidding me?
No, they basically
then you're screwed because it's already on your plate, so you have to pay for it.
They basically negate your pass holder discount.
Yeah.
It took like $2 off.
they know they're doing that because the majority a lot of their attendance is pass holders.
Yeah.
And they basically have raised the prices to negate your discount. And speaking of the smokehouse, good Lord, the condition that place is in is awful. It's just most of the restaurants that's the other thing. They need to take a year off and go through and rehab all these restaurants because they're in mismatched chairs and tables and just it looks like it. And Voyagers used to look nice. So, but yeah, I think
Voyagers in a while.
Back to Christmas. I think Christmas and holiday time in Orlando. I feel like it's just become sort of boring. Universal just seems to just do the same thing year after year. Every single year.
Which is still fun, but it's like you just want something different at some point.
That parade is in need of an update.
Yeah.
Kick out Madagascar, replace it with something with. I mean, why can't they use the Grinch movie?
I'm shocked they haven't done anything with the
animated one.
The animated Grinch, yeah, because I think that would fit better in the parade than live action Grinch. But I know they use live action Grinch for all of their advertising and all their,
well, they have rights to some of the classic Christmas characters too.
Yeah.
Now because of DreamWorks, so it has become tired. I'd say even more so than SeaWorld's Christmas. And then Disney is it's like they've just do the bare minimum.
Christmas.
I mean, Hollywood Studios is a joke now when it comes to.
Tell me how you really feel, Barry.
No, it used to be one of the best, one of the best places for the holidays, and now it's like.
So what was?
I'm sorry, you don't want to pay for it.
What was the
Jollywood?
final? Yeah, well, that's what I'm asking. What was the final consensus of Jollywood Nights? Because opening night, everybody ripped that thing apart.
I think the final
they started
consensus,
adding characters and fixing.
The final
things.
consensus was while it was better, it still wasn't worth the money.
The admission, yeah.
It was only worth the money if you were a tourist from out of town and you wanted to ride rides.
Yeah, because there was no wait.
Rise had a 15. I think Rise was the longest wait, and that was maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go there and ride rides, you had a great time, but everything else, I guess, they said the Nightmare Before Christmas show was really good. I guess
but it's just the same puppet from
the other. I guess the biggest disappointment. A lot of people were disappointed with the Kermit and Miss Piggy.
No, they're angels. They did nothing wrong. I will not stand for Muppet slander in this house.
I heard a couple people say it was okay, but I didn't hear too much about the Muppet Show, to be honest.
But yeah, everything at the soiree, the Tower of Terror thing was sort of laughable, because it wasn't even a full band. And then the thing at the Brown Derby was like a guy on a piano. It just, so many things did not live up to the hype. And considering what they were charging for this event, it was the same. At some nights, it's the same price as the Christmas party. And, I know we complain about the price of the Christmas party, but at least look at what you get. At least you get some actual food at the Christmas party. This, you didn't get any food.
Yeah.
You had to pay for it. And that was the other thing. All the food lines were long, which I knew that was going to happen. You got Duffy, which, as usual with here, we have all these characters that are behind paywalls. Whereas you go to, it's been hilarious seeing with Run Disney back at Disneyland, and then seeing some of these Disney World people go to Disneyland who hadn't really been before in the last week, and they're like, cannot believe like how many characters they've seen just walking around.
Oh no, we played that game when James and I went. When we went up into the railroad station, I was like, "Oh, let's play like a fun little game. Whoever can count how many characters like throughout the day will win a prize." And I probably counted like 7 on top of the platform. He's like, "I don't want to play anymore."
Yeah. Oh no, and not just that. The park closes, say at midnight. It's 11:45, and Mickey and Minnie are out on Main Street.
Still out.
Yeah,
they were still out when we left.
Whereas now at Disney World, in most of the parks, like at Epcot now, after 6 o'clock,
they don't exist after 6.
They don't exist.
Yeah,
and then usually at Magic Kingdom now, like within 2 hours of park close, there even Mickey closes early.
Mm-hmm.
When we were at Disneyland in September with the kids, all 3 of them, their mind was blown when Cinderella was just like walking around Fantasyland. Like this, like they were like all 3 kids, you could tell their face. They were like, this is not normal. Like we don't see this at Magic Kingdom. And Cinderella was just, hopping around, she'd stop and sign an autograph and, pose for a picture. And like all 3 kids were like, what is going on? This isn't normal.
World out there.
Yeah. And then, you'd see like Genie hop by, and he'd be hanging around and, high-fiving people and, the amount of characters you see at Disneyland just on a regular day.
One time we were there and Belle was on the carousel with the Pearly Band while Gaston was by. Every time she'd go by, he'd be like yelling, trying to get her attention.
That's funny.
And just on the fact they still have the Pearly Band, which I think we lost sometime in the early 2000s. I think they got rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's I tell everybody now, you want to experience like the best theme park holiday stuff, go out to the West Coast.
Mhm.
Go to Disneyland, go to California Adventure,
Even for
go to
Halloween stuff.
Knott's Merry Farm, which will like blow you away with like, I mean, you want to talk about the sheer amount of entertainment for a
Speaking of, I
Christmas
don't think
celebration.
we did our last live stream before I went to
Before-
Disneyland.
Before both of you went to
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
So
Whoops.
Because you mentioned Knott's, and I was like, "Oh, Scary Farm." Oh,
yeah.
You and Tony Baxter are now best friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're like
Yeah.
we're like this. It's you know
Yeah.
we're bros.
Yeah.
Fist
Well, I
bump
had-
Tony Baxter.
Yeah.
Well, I had lunch with Marty Sklar before he died, so
There you go. You got that.
Okay, boys, calm down. It's not a competition.
But
it's
no,
an Imagineer off.
Yeah, no, Scary Farm was absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to get back there for that. So let's not go back to Halloween though. Let's keep moving forward. Christmas,
Epcot.
yeah, Epcot. I know, Emily, you have not seen Luminous yet, and
Sally.
so I know you said you were going to possibly tune us out if we were talking about it, but we'll make it
It's not
brief.
that. I just don't have anything to contribute. 'Cause
I
haven't
know,
seen
I know,
it
I know.
I mean,
first.
I've seen it 5 times so
Oh
far.
my God.
In 5 different spots.
How was the
Actually-
one that you watched most recently from the bridge over
The
in
UK bridge when the fog rolled in the
Oh,
last half.
Yeah, I
If
saw
you
that.
if you look at my Twitter, the finale was like, it was like watching a colorful thunderstorm
It was a foggy mess.
because it was a foggy mess, which was better than the view the people in the World Showcase Plaza area in Canada, Mexico got for that whole show, because what wind was barely moving, all the smoke was going in their direction. So I have a feeling they saw nothing the entire show. But yeah, by the time the finale got, the fog had started to roll in, and combined with the smoke just sitting, and the wind stopped completely, so the smoke just sat there.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was Sin's first time, so she's like, well, I liked what I saw of the show. But no, I've enjoyed Luminous. I hate to say it, I haven't liked it as much as Harmonious.
That's why I'm scared to go see it, because I really liked Harmonious.
And you got to remember too, when it comes to us, we all knew where to watch Harmonious. Yeah, there it was. Yeah.
Looks like Doomsday. The red fireworks.
Well, oh, yeah, especially when you get to the I won't give it the beating heart part. It was just red. But yeah, that's what happened by the end of the show.
That's a Taylor Swift album.
It was that was fog. That wasn't fireworks smoke.
That was a combination of fireworks smoke and fog.
Yeah.
And the wind by like halfway through the show, the wind completely stopped. What little breeze there was. So it just all sat there.
That's funny.
No, I've enjoyed the show. There's one part of the show, and you will know it, Emily, when you see it, that I feel like brings the entire show to a screeching halt.
Oh, fun. Can't wait.
That's probably a part of the show that if they had put drones in the show would have really like made that part. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Clint. Much better if you would have had something more interesting to look at during that part. But overall, the show has fireworks I don't think any of us have ever seen before.
I think that's one thing I really liked about the show, were all the unique different fireworks, like the spirally thing, and it was Disney definitely reached into their firework trick bag and pulled out some really cool, unique fireworks for this show.
Yeah, that, and they used some tricks they learned in Harmonious at a couple moments that are in this show that are definitely lifted from Harmonious. But yeah, the unique it is very much a fireworks show with the fountains as extra. They use some of the lasers and the lights on the pavilions in a way they've never used before. Same way they use the World Showcase Lagoon mortars in a way they've never used them before.
Yeah, the way they use those at the beginning of the show is really cool.
Yeah,
I
so
really liked it. So
it's grown on me as I've watched it each time, but right now I still like Harmonious better. And I did watch it one time from the spot, my favorite spot to watch Harmonious, and it works really good there too. So I say check it out. I think the most interesting thing is the way that the platform for this show is designed. They can very much update this show, or change the show.
Yeah.
Or hey, let's bring back a holiday tag. How about that?
Yeah.
They could definitely do things with this that they really couldn't do with the Harmonious as far as changing up the show.
And then, of course, obviously, we got the World Celebration Gardens area, which is I really like this area. I know there's a lot of people still with their panties in a wad over losing the fountains.
Oh, whatever. At least there's no
walls. It's 100 times better at night.
Yeah.
During the day, it really does look like a office park.
Just kind of a concrete mess.
Yeah. At night, is where it shines. It does sort of remind me of Adventure. More so during the day, it does sort of remind me of Adventures Campus.
Yeah.
Which looks like an office park.
Yeah.
But I like it. I think, I think a lot of us probably agree the biggest verdict of this whole Epcot thing is we spent 4 years and this is all we got.
Yeah.
We didn't get the Play Pavilion. We didn't get another attraction in World Showcase like we were supposed to. I think that to me is more of a letdown than any of the things we've seen. And we still have one part of it they still seem to be taking their merry time finishing the Communicore Hall.
Yeah.
And the new character location, the new specialty, the new show kitchen, I believe. So it's I think my verdict with Epcot is just if we would have gotten everything, I think we'd be a lot more happier.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's not how the world works now, is it?
Not at Walt Disney World.
No.
But yeah, that was Epcot. And then, that's pretty much been it. So we really, as far as news,
oh wow.
Right now,
do we each get $3.33? Did you turn the super chat on?
It's been on.
Oh wow! Thank you, Orange Grove 55.
Yes, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. He does a great show over there on his YouTube channel. Go over there and give him some love. He does lots of Disney live streams. I've tuned in several times to him. So thank you, sir. Much appreciated. We've got a few things. Obviously today, Mardi Gras, as we wrap up here, Universal finally shared Mardi Gras details. We got the concert lineup, which I can bring up. I'm not going to read verbatim too much here because I'm trying to get away from just kind of reading stuff here, but I'll bring up the concert list here in 1 second.
Barry and I talked about it a little earlier today. And
yeah.
I personally don't know many people on it.
Yeah.
And I'm the youngest.
DJ Khaled.
I know that one.
Do the DJ Khaled drinking game. Every time he says his name, take a shot, and then you're dead in 5 minutes. No, it's good to see that there's at least 2 more concerts than last year. It's disappointing that we still haven't gone back to the amount of concerts there used to be. Because yes, it used to be especially during spring break, there'd be like 2 concerts almost every weekend. The lineup's halfway decent. Some of them are definitely, ones we've had in the past, like Bare Naked Ladies, All American Rejects. I can't believe KC and the Sunshine Band are still around. They used to be every year, but I think it's been a long time since they've played. But I think Queen Latifah, that's sort of exciting. I've never seen her, and I definitely would be excited to see that. Luis Fonsi that will be a very popular show. Anytime they have a Latin artist, it is a huge crowd. Ellie King's pretty good. Zed, I guess, is what family friendly electronica.
Basically.
And then what Ava Max? I think she's probably one of those people who got popular on TikTok. And I have no clue who the first dude is. I'm assuming he's country.
Walker Hayes sounds like a
Yeah.
country name.
Yeah, that's about
It
his
just-
country.
it just
sounds
sounds
like
Walker
putting in,
Hayes.
like, a country generator and be like,
L-
Walker Hayes. Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Walker Get your boots on.
Get
me
your
see.
boots on.
Chris
But,
Edgar Walker Hayes is an American country pop singer and songwriter.
Knew it.
Hey, country name generator never let me down once.
So there we go.
I think it's a better line. It's a way better lineup than last year was.
And then the parade theme this year is kind of element themed. It said there's going to be floats inspired by Earth, Wind, Fire, Water, and the Sun and the Moon.
Haven't we done that before?
I thought we had.
It sounds very familiar.
Okay, I'm not crazy. I thought Universal had done that before, but maybe not. Maybe
I feel like they have, and they're just like, nope, we've never done it. Never happened.
I feel like I'm interested to see how it is because I felt like I still think it's going to be a hard to top the space year because last year was definitely a massive letdown.
Yeah.
Compared to the space year, and of course Universal, the merchandise sucked last year too.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
come back to it. Also feels like the same merchandise now all the time.
I'm excited. There's going to be more concerts. I unfortunately, it still feels like Mardi Gras has become nothing but a food festival with a parade. And it's sort of disappointing.
Sometimes it's good food.
And hey, if you're a pass holder, you can pay $125 for a food gift card for $150 value. So,
here's some of the pass holder exclusive items. They're gonna have some drinks available at certain areas around Universal Studios, and this picture you can kind of see a hint of the merchandise. The pass holder shirt. There's gonna be a pass holder shirt, car magnet pin, a can cooler, and a mug available as well.
Yes, because I love pass holder merchandise.
It's your favorite.
Except for free magnets. Give me all the free magnets.
Here's the magnet. Here's the pass holder Mardi Gras magnet that'll be available.
I still need to pick up the lanyard this month.
Yeah, I like the lanyard, the kind of retro lanyard. I like it.
Yeah.
I need to go get it before they. I don't know if they're doing a Mardi Gras.
I mean,
one.
it's Mardi Gras. It'll be fun. Unfortunately, I don't know if anybody. I managed to get on a float this morning, but I'm sure most people didn't.
There were a lot.
Email come in, and I just went.
Yeah, there were
a lot of people saying it was the virtual queue, or not the virtual queue, but there was a queue thing that you had to go in, and then you had to enter your annual pass ID number.
For each person, which we all keep that.
We all keep our friends' annual
I've got
pass.
your pass holder ID. I've got Emily's pass holder.
Yeah.
No, that's always been my biggest complaint about having to punch in each pass holder ID. I understand why they do it, but it is much better with the way Disney usually does it, where it's like you just have to punch in the main pass holder who's booking it. And then you just have to have you just have to have everybody else in your group just has to have a pass.
Yeah.
But I sort of understand why they do it that way. They make it harder for you that way. I don't know, but all I know is I'm going on Sunday the 20-something February.
Yeah, I'll try and do the virtual queue thing. I know that fills up really quick because I know they're going to do that for the leftovers. They are doing what's the dining package?
The dining package, yes.
Where you get to go on a float and you get some food as well. And that's going on as well. So, but yeah, we'll be there probably opening night for Mardi Gras.
I will be on a cruise ship.
That's
I
right.
will be on the Mardi Gras.
You're going to go on the Mardi Gras, yeah.
Yeah, so I will be sure. I will be on the Mardi Gras, and you'll see some stuff on ThrillGeek and my personal. When I have internet service, because I'm not paying for it.
You gonna ride the Bolt?
Oh, of course. And it's funny, I've like been, looking at some information now about the cruise because I finally, for those of you who have followed on social media, I haven't been very happy to go on this vacation. And I know it's privileged.
Oh my God, shut up. You're
It's
going on a
being
cruise.
privileged. But those of you, some of you do know, it's like we had to cancel all our plans last fall. And so this was not.
I didn't get to go on my honeymoon yet. You go on a cruise. You be happy about that cruise.
This was not what I wanted to spend this money on. I would rather much be going to Europe or Japan. So, but
you know what a cruise that Barry's gonna want to go on is the treasure with that haunted mansion bar.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if
that'll be the next thing Barry complains about on the internet.
We'll see. That's going to be someone gets a job with a certain mouse company, and then now we can get access to those sweet discounts. Because I've already said I'm not going on a cruise again unless it's a Disney cruise. So
yeah, well, we can.
We'll joke's on you.
But no. After doing some more investigating, the Mardi Gras looks like a pretty amazing ship, and I will be doing the Bolt. It's funny though because it's like all these vlogs are like, the best time to do the Bolt, without a minimal wait is like, the first day before you leave the dock, and I'm like, no, I want to ride this thing in open water.
Yeah,
at the sea. It's like this is. It's like if I'm going to get this unique credit that I paid to go on this cruise for, I'm doing it while we're way out at sea.
When I went to the
docked in Port Canaveral.
Yeah, when I went to the media preview and I got to ride it, it was obvious. It was obviously there in port, and I think it'd be way cooler to ride it out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
with nothing but water around you. Because it was cool to ride it in the port. It's an interesting experience. I still don't understand how it's called a roller coaster because it's like a
powered coaster.
It's a powered coaster. Yeah, it's really bizarre. But it was fun. I wish it was a little bit longer, but you can only fit so big of a coaster on a damn cruise ship. So.
And I think my only other issue too is I'm worried about how the entertainment's going to be because it's not like Royal Caribbean where you get to see a freaking Broadway show or the Norwegian ship where they have the new Norwegian ship where they have Beetlejuice.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah, the newest Norwegian ship.
They
have
the
Beetlejuice
Norwegian
on it.
Prices.
Yeah.
Well, any cruise prices right now, cruises are way overpriced.
Yeah.
Hopefully, at some point that demand will collapse and the prices will go down. Because remember, cruises are about a year and a half behind other vacations as far as catching people up and people using credits for stuff canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have a full ship. Like if you went on Carnival's website right now, you can't even book. So I'm interested to see how that's going to be with a full ship.
A packed Carnival ship. Ooh, it's going to be a party.
Yeah. And we splurged a little bit and got one of the spa rooms. So we get access to the spa suites and stuff. So
that's nice.
Yeah.
The Mardi Gras was a cool looking ship. I mean, I got to spend probably all of like 5 or 6 hours on the ship for the media preview, and it's a nice ship. I really liked it.
There's 2 Guy Fieri restaurants.
Holy
There's
shit.
the burger place, and then what's the other one?
And the barbecue place, and there's Shack.
Barbecue
and the funny thing, you wanted the thing that everybody raves about,
the Shack's
chicken, big chicken. Like everybody raves about that.
Shaquille O'Neal's chicken place restaurant thing.
Yeah. Everybody raves about it. So I'm. It's going to be a nice, relaxing. We're going to Cozumel, Costa Maya, in Honduras. Well, you go to an island off Honduras, I should say. But it'll be interesting. This is the first time I've done a week-long cruise. So you got 3 of those days you're at sea. So
it's about what it was with the Disney one, just like 2 or 3 days at sea, and then all the ports of call and everything. So,
but yeah, like I said, you'll see some.
I'm looking at the Norwegian one now, and the prices ain't that bad.
Emily's gonna book a Norwegian cruise right here on the live stream.
And,
listen, I looked at the prices for a Disney cruise, a 3-day Disney cruise, and it's more expensive for a 3-day Disney cruise than it is to go to the Mediterranean on a 10-day cruise. So
yeah,
the 3 well,
I'm
the
gonna make
3-day
see Beetlejuice again.
The 3-day Disney cruises are the worst value.
Yeah,
like if you compare your cost like per day compared to like what the 5-day or the 7-day cruises. It's cheaper per day on the 5 and 7-day cruises than it is.
And coming from somebody I've done the 7-day, the 5-day, and the 3-day. The 3-day is over before it begins. Like it's too short of a cruise for me. I don't think I would, even with my kids. I don't think I would want to do the 3-day one. When we did the dream with the 3 kids and my mother-in-law, that was the 5-day one, and I think that was perfect if you have kids.
I think 3-day cruises are great if you're going with like a group of friends.
If you're just doing like a weekend getaway,
yeah.
And
if you're just a couple or with a group of friends and you're just going there to have a good time,
sure,
and stuff, it's one thing. But like, on something like a Disney cruise or one of the big Royal Caribbean ships, you need at least 5 days to actually get to see all the entertainment and do as much. And it also makes it easier. This, especially on the Disney cruise, a 5 or 7, it's a lot easier if you want those character interactions to get them over 5 days, and then just trying to cram it in, try to get as many people in 3 days. You're just going. 3 days cruises aren't relaxing cruises. It's just go and party.
There's 5. I remember on the 5-day and the 7-day, there would be almost a day where we could just dedicate to the characters, take that one day out at sea. That's like day 3 or day 4, and just focus on characters and, stuff on the ship. But yeah, no, you're 100% correct in that, you need those longer 5-7 day cruises, especially on the Disney one, if you want to see all the characters and everything. So
yeah, and on the Mardi Gras they do have the Dr. Seuss characters, and we're actually doing we're doing the green eggs and ham character breakfast because it was only like $10 extra per person.
That's cool.
Character breakfast. And they do actually have green eggs and ham. I'm probably gonna have to try that.
Take some pictures,
even though it looks incredibly unappetizing, but
food coloring.
Food coloring, food colored eggs. But no, yeah. So, but I think
we'll have fun, Barry.
Yeah, you and James will get to go on your honeymoon.
Eventually.
It's not about when you do it; it's about how you do it.
Do you guys have?
She's just staring at me angrily.
Yeah.
So,
but no, I think that's it, and I think. Like we said, I think we're going to try to go with a more conversational thing, less news, and just more talking about theme parks. And we didn't even get to pop culture, but more theme pops and pop culture stuff. So,
no, yeah, like I said, we're not going to completely get away from the weekly news stuff, and maybe we just. I know we've stressed it out over the whole live stream, but we dedicate one quick segment to news and stuff, and then just kind of take the rest of the stream to relax, and like kind of what we did today it was nice to just kind of chat and stuff. So of course we haven't talked in we've seen each other until then, but we haven't done live stream in like 4 months. 3-4 months. So it was good to finally get back together and chit chat here on the live stream. So, and thank you to everybody for tuning in. Orange Row 55, thank you for the $10 super chat. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Michael, thank you for tuning in as always. Rick, and I'm going to continue keeping this on everything. I'm Twitch allows multi-streaming now, so they didn't before. So I'm going to keep the live stream up on everything, and we'll go from there. So, anywho, Barry, you want to get us on out of here? Do you remember how to get us on out of here?
I think Barry, use your brain. Oh no! Please don't put this responsibility on me.
Guess what, Emily? You're up. No.
Oh God.
I'm
hi.
Just kidding.
Thanks for coming.
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh, there you go. I'll try. Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. I think we still have a Pinterest.
Yep, it's still there.
Any others?
Still an article dump.
Oh, we have a website. That works too.
We have that too.
Everything is at ThrillGeek.
It is. Except Pinterest. Yeah. Pinterest is
Except
thrill_geek. So
That's okay.
Not
we
that
don't
you're
really
gonna follow
use
us on.
it.
There he is.
So
I did it for you.
Did I freeze or did?
Yeah,
Okay, well then that explains that.
I did
Yeah.
it for you. It's okay. It was so much better than it normally is.
Yeah. Emily nailed the outro. So, but
Every-
if you want to do the honors again, Barry, have at it.
I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. No.
But no, thanks for watching. And I think the only other thing I was to say, and I'm sure I don't know if you had said already, we will will be a rotating cast of characters every week. So it might not just be me and Emily. It might be or Clint. One of us might take the week off, and we've got plenty of other people to come on here. So
Yeah.
It's just
I know
Janine.
Emily said we get Janine on here. I love Janine, so we could definitely get her on here. And on the conversation and
Greg.
Yeah, I talked with Greg as a lot of Greg's kind of working with ThrillGeek now, doing some articles, doing some posts on social media. I did chat with him about maybe him coming on, just him and I. I mean, if you wanted to join in on it, Barry, and he could come on, and we could just do like a West Coast live stream update where Greg can come on and talk about what's going on over there on the West Coast, Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, Magic Mountain, all that stuff. So
I think the goal is to be a little bit more consistent and just if Clint wants to take the night off, Emily and I can do it, or I can have someone on. Just to have
We just have a wives episode, but it's just Sin, Cheryl, and James.
Oh my God, could you imagine that? James is hosting. I'm putting my foot down there.
Honestly, he'd probably be very good at it.
He probably would be. I would not doubt
He
him.
had his own music podcast.
One bit.
Yeah.
I love James. I love that guy. He's a hello to my sister decided to drop in late in the game. Hello, Laura. But yeah, we're getting on out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, like I said, we will be back here next week. Same time, same place. Like I said, we're going to be going. Yeah.
I think I'm free.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I think next week's great, and I think next week we can sort of look ahead to 2024 and see.
This was a
what
good.
We're excited for in theme parks and maybe pop culture too.
Yeah, this was a good catch-up episode. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of spend this stream just kind of getting caught up, and I think we did that. So, anyways, guys, take care, be safe, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
See you in the parks.
Bye.